Imagine the sky simply year 1. The heavens hold back 1/3 of the rain. Year 2, 2/3. Year 3, not a single drop. Rivers turn to dust. Wells turn to memory. And when the last well runs dry, and the last child stops crying, a voice will rise, "I have everything you need." Behind him, paradise will appear. But that paradise is actually fire. 3 years to break you. 1 offered to test you. 0 room to hide. Welcome back to the Divine Islamica, viewers. In history, famine is not a new thing. In Egypt, years of drought. In Arabia, scarcity of water. In Europe, after plague, the destruction of crops. All these events have happened. But the famine which will come before the emergence of Dajjal will be different from all of these. It will not be of one region. It will not be of one season. It will be a global, divine decreed trial, in which for the last time man will be tested whether he trusts his Lord or his need. The first thing necessary to understand is that this famine will not be the result of any climate event. It will not be the result of any industrial pollution. It will be a decreed command of Allah the Exalted directly to the sky and the earth. And this command will come in 3 stages: 1 year, 1 step, 1 blow. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, described its full details. Hadith Sahih Muslim, Kitab al-Fitan, Hadith 2009-37. Before the emergence of Dajjal, 3 years will come. In the first year, the sky will withhold 1/3 of its rain, and the earth will withhold 1/3 of its produce. In the second year, the sky will withhold 2/3 of its rain, and the earth will withhold 2/3 of its produce. In the third year, the sky will withhold all its rain, and the earth will not grow anything at all. In the first year, when the rain is 1/3 less, its direct meaning will be that there will be unprecedented decrease in the agricultural output of the world. In today's world, where food supply chains are already stretched, where 800 million people are already in food scarcity, what does 1/3 global crop failure mean? Prices in markets will rise. Governments will begin to use emergency reserves. International food aid organizations will become alert. But despite all this, the world will manage. Because 1/3 deficiency is surely difficult, but it does not cause civilization to fall. People will think, this was a bad year. The next will be better. But the most important aspect of this year is that which is not visible to the eyes. This is the beginning of a test, and instead of passing this test, the majority will consider it merely a bad year. No repentance, no turning back, only adaptation. And when man does not turn to Allah in difficulty, then the difficulty increases. In the second year, when 2/3 of rain stops, this year will be completely different from the first year. In this year, what was there will also not remain. Consider the reserves which were made in the first year, the emergency stocks which were there, the food aid which came. All of this will have been spent by the time the second crisis ends. Countries which were previously exporters will now be concerned for themselves. International cooperation, which was already weak, will this time break completely. What will be the different sign of this year? Cities. Big cities. Those people who are far from the earth, dependent on technology, dependent on market, they will break first in this year. Because they have no backup. They have no land. They have no portion which they ever grew with their own hands. In this year, an unusual division will become clear in people's beliefs and their actions. There will be some people who will turn toward supplication and trust in Allah, and there will be some who will turn toward hoarding, control, and power. This division will not be merely political, it will be a spiritual division. And this division will be useful at the time of Dajjal's coming, because he will know who is where. Here it is necessary to pause for a moment and understand this psychological dimension, which is part of documentary analysis. When man remains in extreme scarcity continuously for 2 years, his priorities change. That thing which was previously a principle becomes a compromise. That which was previously forbidden becomes a necessity. History has proven this again and again. Sieges, famines, wars, everywhere man did in extreme hunger what he had never thought. The timing of Dajjal is therefore perfectly calculated. He will come when man has already been struck by 2 years of hardship. When his willpower, his faith, his community, all have come under strain. The 3rd year will be that year for which there is no example in human history. Not a single drop from the sky. Not a single seed from the earth. The entire universe on one command will stop its produce, globally, completely, simultaneously. An important question about this year is this: if nothing grows from the earth and no water falls from the sky, then how will people remain alive? Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, gave the answer to this, and this answer is extremely important. Hadith Sahih Muslim, Hadith 2937. It will be said to the people, "Did you eat today? Did you drink water today?" They will say, "Yes." Then it will be asked, "How?" They will say, "Through praise and glorification." In another narration it also comes that Allah, the Exalted, will make the hooves of animals and the joints of fingers sufficient for them. This supernatural sustenance, this divine provision, will be only for those people who keep trust in Allah. This will not be an automatic guarantee for everyone. This will be a direct relationship between trust and provision. Whoever will have kept his relationship with Allah will remain alive even in these years. And whoever will not have kept it will go to Dajjal. Therefore, the purpose of these 3 years is not merely trial. This is a non-verbal division, a natural filtering process. Whoever is truly a believer will be proven in these years. Whoever is not will also be proven. Now it is necessary to understand that Dajjal will not be sitting and waiting during these 3 years. He will have been released during this period or will be about to be released. And what he will have will be explosive in the context of these 3 years. He will come before the people and say, "Look, I make the rain fall." He will say, "Look, I make the earth green." He will say, "Come with me, you will get food, you will get water, you will get life." Hadith Sahih Muslim, Hadith 2938. Dajjal will command the sky to rain, and it will rain. He will command the earth to grow, and it will grow. With him will be a paradise and a hell, but what will appear as paradise will actually be fire. And what will appear as hell will actually be cool water. This will be an inverted reality. And the person who will have broken in 3 years of hunger will not be able to catch this inversion in time. He will only see, here is food, here is water, he has come. If we analyze this famine practically in today's world, even a mere 10% decrease in global food production creates supply chain disruption. 1/3 decrease, meaning 33%, means that the world's agricultural system comes to the edge of collapse. 2/3 decrease, meaning 66%, means that no existing reserve, no humanitarian system, no international cooperation will be capable of compensating for this deficiency. Complete deficiency, 100%, has no human-level solution. No technology, no storage, no system can handle this. At this stage, only that one can survive who has that thing which technology does not provide. Trust in Allah. From the Hadith of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. It is also known that in these years the believers will not remain scattered in one place. They will have a center. There will be a leadership. Imam Mahdi, whose mention will come in the next scene, will have appeared by this time. And in the trial of these 3 years, the survival of the believers as a group is a different story which will be running parallel in these years. 3 years. In the first year, 1/3 deficiency, the world manages. In the second year, 2/3 deficiency, the world breaks. In the third year, nothing, the world runs only by the command of Allah. These 3 years are the last great trial of human history before the emergence of Dajjal. In this trial, there will be no middle ground, either trust or destruction, either Allah or Dajjal. And when these 3 years pass, or during these years, a man will emerge from the east, from the direction of Khorasan or Isfahan, with an army of 70,000, one-eyed, with writing on his forehead, and in his hand the gift of the world's most dangerous afflictions. But before him another man will ride, in Makkah, near the Kaaba, and 313 people will gather around him. If you want every sign of the hour, every authentic hadith, and every event of the end times delivered the right way, from the right sources, subscribe to the Divine Islamica and hit the bell. What is coming next will change how you see everything.